welcome again to another episode. Allow me to start by saying this is one of the most complicated units I have ever used. For me, it took time to actually understand and fully utilize the unit correctly. So the first thing I want to tell you is the type of the unit. The type of the unit is burst or aid, and you can also consider it a flanking unit. What do I mean by this? Their ace up their sleeves is their burst. What is their burst? Their burst damage is while using all the 3 skills, especially the third one. In case you don't know, the third skill enhances them greatly for only 15 seconds, then they go into debuff. During those 15 seconds, the unit is invincible. They are really great versus heroes, versus other tier 4 units. They are one of the best. But after those 15 seconds, they can literally get massacred with a full armor short sword or something. So yeah, you need to be careful. So as you can see, I'm doing this right here. Just keep your eyes on the counter of the third skill, bottom left. I just engage with the charge and then press the skill number 3, and when I see an opening, you know, like because heroes can easily cancel this skill for you, press 2, the skill number 2, the slash. When the counter of the third skill hits 50, I know it's time to make my retreat or my escape, or my unit will easily get massacred. And this is why I did put the running doctrine or the speed doctrine on them as well. As soon as I see the counter hits 50, I pull them back, I pull them out of the fight, and I boost their speed. They literally run like crazy in those 5 seconds, you know, before the debuff starts. One last note, let me correct myself, because I did say something in the PTR. What I did say in the PTR was actually charge in, press 3, when you feel the unit is dying, then press 2 in the end. No. The indicator, like the outline, the golden shiny outline of the skill number 3 is just an indicator that the next skill will be buffed. Again, focus with this. So when you press the skill number 3, you will see an outline, like a shining outline on it. That does not mean the skill is active. No, the skill will be active for the next 15 seconds, no matter what you do, no matter how many orders you give the unit, it's fine. But this outline actually indicates that the next skill you use, either the slash, the skill number 2, or the charge, will be enhanced and give the unit a certain buff. That's why when you see a good chance, just buff the skill. You will see most of the time I play with this sequence, which is the skill number 1, I charge in, then the skill number 3, then when I see an opening, I do the slash during the first 15 seconds, and when it hits 50, I pull the unit out. But you can also do, like, kinda mix it up, you know, like press 3 first, then enhance the charge, if you're charging shields, for example, we'll see in the next clip, and then do the skill number 2, and it's fine. I mean, the unit, when they do the skill number 2 or a very good charge and keep slashing the units, they gain a tremendous amount of buffs. They have the buff of the skill number 3, they have the buff of the healing, they have the buff of the passive, which gives them defense, and they are a living tank, dealing a decent amount of damage. As you can clearly see, 2 moles were just like smashing my troops, and still they didn't die. Yes, they take the minimal amount of damage because I did utilize their defensive buff. By the way, if you're standing beside them, you will gain the same defensive buff. Anyways, now it's time for you to know the Veterancy tree I'm using and the Doctrines. Okay, so as you can see, I went for the top line, and this explains a lot because for me, for my playstyle, for what I have just showed you, the bottom line will feel sluggish, tanky, and in my opinion, kinda useless because they will not deal the damage they are supposed to. Now, one last piece of information that you probably did miss. In the Veterancy tree, if you look on the right thing, they have buffs. You see the Unity and Tired. So, when you use for Freedom, the skill number 3, when it goes into cooldown, you cannot use your skills like the other 2 skills. But, if you have Bagpipers supporting you, this will be allowed. You will be able to actually use the 2 skills after the first 15 seconds or during the debuff duration of the skill number 3 for freedom. This information might come really handy to some of you. And for the doctrines, I go pretty much the basic stuff, except with the cooldown. I don't think I need this doctrine of the cooldown, so I did not equip it. So this is a quick duel between me and someone using Prefecture Gods. I obviously charge in, it's wasted, then I have the skill number 3 on cooldown. I am in a huge disadvantage, but here's the catch. This is one of the downsides if you're gonna play this unit in the top line. Yes, you will be able to do all the good things I've just mentioned, but be careful. Without the skill number 3, standing versus a worthy unit will hurt you, like really hurt you. I mean, I lost half of them versus Prefecture Gods just because my skill was on cooldown. So what I'm trying to say is simply, if you have the skill number 3, you can easily take down Berserkers even during the rage with minimal losses to the unit, and you can easily take down Palace Guards if they have Iron Sight on them. Same goes for the Paladins, same goes for the Axe Raiders. You can literally deal with any tier 4 melee units for the next 10 seconds if you have the skill up. Of course, you might have some technical difficulties because you want to land the skill number 2 to actually gain the defensive buff. So if a short sword or something just like throw a bomb at you or something and waste this skill for you, you are at a disadvantage, but still you're gonna win the fight. Maybe you will lose 1/3 of your troops, but you will still be the winner of the fight.